What's up, everybody? Mr. Chad here, playing some Dark Souls. We are back again. So, what are we going to do now? So now that we've got our awesome weapon, let's actually... Can I use anything? Okay, yeah, let's put on some pants. There we go. So now we can roll and we got some pants. That's good. Pants are always good. That's not good. Okay. Okay, sweet. So we got some pants. Got my magical pants on. And now I'm glowing green because I now have tremendous stamina recovery thanks to this mask that I'm wearing. And we are just going to start roaming around and getting some items. And this is sort of how I go about my Dark Souls playthroughs. Even though I know I don't need an item, or I probably won't be using an item, I still like to get them because, I don't know, Oh, a little bit weird camera angle there. The completionist inside me really wants items. And I have a compulsive need to get loot, you know. It's that typical RPG sickness, right? So we're gonna get some stuff here. We don't have to get any of this stuff, but you know what? I really want it. And maybe eventually we'll do some invasions. I know I'm not very good. Alright, this build is not very good for PvP, but you know, maybe we might ruin someone's time, just for funsies, later on. I will warn you that I'm not very good at PvP. I rarely go into PvP because, for the most part, when I started playing this game a long time ago, I just kept dying over and over again, and I didn't really find the use in humanity or anything else. Until, you have to know what humanity is used for in order to know why to use it or to go back into human form. There's basically no reason for it unless you're going to be doing something special. For instance, like what we did when we summoned some guys. But, let's see, what do I want to do? Okay, let's go down. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to get a really awesome shield. And this awesome shield will pretty much carry us to the rest of the game. I know I keep saying that, but this game is very interesting where you can actually get a lot of the really good weapons sort of up front. Oh, a little bit of a lag spike there. And this scythe is a good example where you can kind of get it straight out of the gate. Not many people would think to come here straight out of the gate, but you can definitely do it, as I've shown you. And, let's see. Do we want to go get... This might be an interesting time. Yeah, we can try to do this. So down here, this is the new Londo Ruins. Remember when I said don't come down here? Well, or maybe I didn't. Oh well. If I did, then you'll remember why I didn't want to go down here. Because it has giant ghosts and scary stuff. Scary, spooky stuff. But there's also another reason to come down here, and that is to get the Firekeeper's Soul. And it's right at the very beginning here. And you don't have to fight any ghosts. You just have to get to the soul and then... and then simply run away. That's all you gotta do. All you have to do is make sure you don't fall off and you're good. Okay, and yep, let's return to that bonfire. And this will actually improve the power of your Estus flasks. And I know I'm just sort of doing things out of the blue here, but you know what? If the game is gonna be cheap, then you be cheap to it right back. Alright, sweet. So now we have +1 Estus Flask. That should come in handy. And they can go up to +7. And they can refill quite a bit of health. That will be your primary way to heal in this game. There are other ways to heal. For instance, I think there's a couple things that refill your health when you hit. Like a lifesteal. But for the most part, this is pretty much the only way to heal is your Estus Flask. And it kind of forces you to make very calculated decisions and... just be very careful of where you are, and taking the scenery, and taking into account that there might be traps everywhere, and just everything else like that. That's what I actually really like about this game, is that it actually forces you to go slow, even though obviously we didn't go very slow in the very beginning, but it forces you to be careful and cautious, and it actually treats you like you're a person with a brain, and, you know, you're not stupid, hopefully. It assumes that you are not stupid. And that's why most people think that this game is unforgiving, because they do something stupid, like, for instance, run into a whole pack of guys, when they weren't supposed to, or something along those lines, you know. So let's see. So this guy right here actually has a couple items right in his hands. But if you don't go for those items in his hands, then he never wakes up. So you're good. Perfect. Grab the Soul of a Proud Knight, which gives you a whole bunch of souls. So kind of straight out of the gate. And we are going to pass through the Valley of the Drakes. And these drakes are actually very, very powerful. And you do not want to get hit by them. But if you get hit by them after you get what I'm about to get, then you're fine. It's no big deal. Okay. We are going to get the Bandit set, which is a lot lighter than this set here. So we can actually... Oh. Okay. Oh, I'm getting hit by his wings here. That was pretty lucky. Okay, let him spew his lightning. And we can also get the red tear stone ring. Oh, or maybe not. I guess not. Okay. Well, we got our first real actual death, but you know what? We got our armor set. So now we have our armor set for the rest of the game. And you can see I'm just picking up stuff over and over and over again. And actually, now that I think about it, we actually don't really need to go get that shield if we want. Let's see. I don't think I can wear this yet, but let's see. Okay, nope, too slow. Can I do that? Okay, sweet. So I got my pants and I got some other stuff. Cool stuff. Okay, I think I pretty much tapped out this zone here. And that's actually a very popular sequence break, what I just showed. So you can actually skip to several bosses just by doing that. You can skip straight to Blighttown, which is a very hard place. And, yeah, by the way, look at this damage here. Do you see this damage? Now, this is something. This is something. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So this is why the Fire Scythe kicks ass. Because you can pretty much kill everything in the very beginning. In one shot. And the bosses are not even. They're just an utter joke. They fall so easily to this weapon. Alright. So typically we'd be doing maybe about 70 damage to these guys. Maybe 100 if you backstab them. But you can see just how much damage I'm actually doing. I'm doing quite a bit. And I know I'm leaving those souls behind where I died down there, but it's just not worth it to go back and get them. It was only about 1,000 anyway. I'm going to get that back very shortly here. Or maybe I might survive the entire way, and then we can go back and get them on another route. That's highly unlikely. See, like I said, this game hates you. So even though I have this awesome weapon that's super, super powerful, you know, you can still die very easily. And never underestimate your power. You can always die very easily. Either by falling, or by just getting overwhelmed, completely overwhelmed by people. And generally making stupid decisions, or something that is just utterly reckless. So if I was to run into a pack of guys right now, the scythe is not going to save me from getting completely massacred. I always forget about that guy. Okay. And this guy's shooting my face. I don't like that very much. So we're just going to kill him. And we're going to stab him. Get it done. And I'm going to regen my health here. And since we got the Rite of Kindling from the very first boss there, we could actually kindle bonfires past their normal limit. So we could feasibly get 20 Estus Flasks now, which is fantastic. So that's also another great benefit, is that now you have the ability to get tons of Estus Flasks if you're having troubles. You have a really awesome weapon to help you. And you have an awesome armor set to help you, you know? Oh, holy cow. Okay, so let's slice this fool. And like I said, this scythe is very, very powerful. As you can see, it's super fast, and if you hit stuff, it's even faster. And that's sort of the awesome part about all the halberds. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to show you guys this move, but you can actually just do a running slash. And that is probably one of the quickest attacks in the game. Might be the quickest attack in the game. And it's probably the most powerful for its speed, so... I'm by Rezinski here. You can actually kill that merchant for a special weapon called the Uchigatana. And that will that could also suffice as a weapon that you could use. But it's nowhere near as powerful as this scythe here. But it is very fast, and you can get a lot of good combos out of it. So if you're more of a katana guy, that one will work a lot better for you. And like I said, you don't have to go this route if you don't want to. But I'm just showing you something that could potentially make your game a hell of a lot easier. So if you're breaking your balls on a boss and you just don't know what the hell to do, you can consider doing this. Because it's very simple, as I showed you. It may not be, may not be the most elementary of things to do, but it's still easy enough to where I think if you just practice it, and you just keep running straight through it over and over again, you might be able to do it. You kind of have to have a combination of luck and skill, You need to be able to run fast. Oh. Aha! Oh yeah, that's right, there's a firebomb guy at the top there. That's okay. I'm not gonna deal with him anymore. So if you're just, I would say if you're just mildly skilled at running, then you might have a really good shot. And, I mean, the risk is absolutely worth the reward. I mean, holy crap, I'm killing stuff so fast. And the same will happen as I keep upgrading this weapon. It's going to get way, way more powerful. I'm going to be doing probably about 500 to 600 damage in a swing, eventually. And that's just going to be fantastic for me. Because then I don't have to upgrade any of my strength. I don't have to upgrade any of my dexterity. I literally don't have to do a goddamn thing. And that's what's so great about this build, is that all you have to do is level your vitality and endurance. That's all you have to do, seriously. So not only are you going to have this massive HP pool, but you're going to have so much endurance that you can, you can take on anything, almost anything. There's only a few people in the game that will be able to one-shot you. And some of those are bosses, some of them are phantom enemies. But yeah, and some of them are frogs, and we'll get to that later. So just gonna run across here, slash them up, and roast them up. Okay, never mind. Now the one, like as you saw, the drawback to this scythe is that it actually has a very long reach, so if you're close to a guy, it's maybe a little bit harder to hit, as opposed to, say, a sword or something like that. Even when he blocked, he didn't even do anything. Okay. Oh. Yeah, it's just that long reach kind of has a weird angle. It's very precise in its point. Yeah. And actually, I was thinking about it from the last episode. I may actually want to get the Gargoyle's Halberd and try that out too. I mean, this Fire Scythe is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I have done the Scythe before in just this regular form with Dexterity. So I'm very familiar with what it does and how it works, and it is super, super powerful, so maybe I might stick with it. But I also wanted to, maybe offer up some variety to myself, because I've actually played this game way more than you actually think. Yeah, I didn't just wake up one day and all of a sudden I was able to do all this crazy stuff. I researched it and played the game several hours. I think I've played this game maybe about 100, 200 hours in total over the course of many characters. And that's including like mages and, priests and pretty much anything, any type of class you can think of, I've probably played it. And there's the classes are whatever you want them to be, so it's not like you're locked into a specific class. So like even though I chose warrior, even though I chose warrior, it's not like I can only be warrior. I can switch up my stats to be pretty much anything I want. But really the starting stats are just for, it kind of defines your role from the beginning. And then you have stats associated with that. For instance, I wanted... Oh, so there's a good example of the overhit on there. So for example, I wanted something that was had really good stats to begin with for strength and dexterity, and ironically, the warrior had the best strength and dexterity. Or not, that's not really ironic, that's more just convenient. And I only had to, as you saw, I only had to upgrade twice to get both. And in 2 levels, I had the stat requirements for this awesome, awesome weapon. The Gargoyle's Halberd, by the way, I'm sneaking up on him very carefully. Shh, don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Yes! Okay. And these guys are actually resistant to fire. Naturally, they are resistant to fire. Oh. Ouch, ouch. Getting my butt kicked. Okay, and I got my ass totally kicked. That's fine. That's fine. I was stupid and fought him inside of a a hallway, which you're absolutely not supposed to do. So, yeah, oh, actually, that's a perfect example. So, as you saw, I got my ass handed to me. That wasn't even close. I mean, I hit him once, and I had an upper hand for a little bit, but you see how fast? Do you see just how fast you can die in this game? Even if you make one little mistake, you are going to be dying like crazy. So you got to be very, very methodical and just lure him away from traps and whatnot. And see, even me just hitting a little bit too soon, that was a bad idea. Just going to rush through, get up to that guy again, and we're going to slice. And we're going to slice. And we'll easily kill that Black Knight. I don't know why I'm just rushing headlong into stuff. I wouldn't say I'm like the best Dark Souls player, but I wouldn't say that I'm not terrible at this game. So I do know what I'm sort of doing. I'm not much of a speedrunner. I don't really like speedrunning too much, unless it's like Resident Evil 2. In Resident Evil 2, I actually got really, really good at speedrunning. For some reason, I just had one thought in my head one day, and I was like, okay, I just feel like speedrunning Resident Evil 2 for no reason, really. And next thing I knew, I was speedrunning the crap out of Resident Evil 2. And I could never, ever achieve S rank, but I can always get to A rank. Yeah, something, I don't know, maybe I just have some sort of weird neuroses, but I can't not heal myself. I can never not heal myself. If I'm about to die in a game, I would like to cap myself off. But in Resident Evil, you will take a few hits, and I don't want to have a whole entire run go to pot, just because I got hit once and I'm not confident with my skills. So in Resident Evil 2, the goal is to not use any healing items, because healing items will actually make it so you drop a rank or a couple ranks. It actually determines based on how many healing items you use, how many times you saved, etc. So you can only save once, I think, or maybe 0 times. I can't remember exactly what it is, but basically you can't heal and you can't save. And I'm very, very careful. I mean, not as evidenced when this guy kicked my balls in, but can't win them all. But I love speedrunning some games. It depends on what it is, but yeah. Maybe we'll do that eventually, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's play some Dark Souls. Okay, let's... so this is a much better idea. So rather than fight him in a very claustrophobic, very dangerous hallway, I can lure him out into the open and start stabbing him in the back. So this is what you would normally want to do if you weren't a fool like me. Is somehow jam your curved scythe through him. I don't know how that even works, but it's Dark Souls, It's Dark Souls. Don't worry about it. And speaking of Dark Souls and don't worry about it, I kind of take the Mystery Science Theater 3000 approach to this game. Or at least I did in the very beginning, and I still sort of do. And that is, just the theme song, if you've ever heard Mystery Science Theater, is repeat to yourself, it's just a show, I should really just relax. And the same thing if you're wondering how he eats and breathes and other science facts, just repeat to yourself, it's just a show, I should really just relax. And that's a very good motto to have with this, because not a whole lot of things make sense, or at least initially when you first see them. Like, for instance, there's a guy down here in stone armor that is just here, and he drops an awesome ring. Like, why he's here, what he's doing here, you literally have no idea what or who he is, but he's just here. I mean, what does this have to do with anything that you've seen so far? And it's nothing, But the thing is about this is that there's actually a very detailed backstory that's actually hidden within game text and a whole bunch of other things. And just like items and just tons of different lore pieces. Oh, holy shit. Okay, I don't want to die. Oh boy. Okay. As you can see, this guy hits very freaking hard. Oh. Never want to get hit by that. Always dodge out of the way. That thing has insane tracking, so yeah. But yeah. So there's backstories to pretty much every single thing in this game, and I mean every single thing. But you have to actually go out and find it. I mean, it's not gonna show you what everything is. This game has basically zero dialogue outside of some of the NPCs, and you just kind of have to figure it out. And that's what I actually really like about this game, is that it doesn't hold your hand, even in terms of the story. So if you really want to get the most out of your Dark Souls experience, you gotta go out and find it. You gotta make sure that you go and experience it. I don't remember the exact story of this guy, but I think it's like he got locked in this tower and he went hollow, as in he died. But you know, you're gonna have to read the items. So for instance, I'm gonna boost my stuff here. So Havel's Ring actually gives me a lot more equipment loads, so you can see it on the right side, on the top. Equip load 13.1 of 81, so that's amazing. That means I can basically equip my my stuff, and now I can roll and do my thing. Yeah, but anyways, let's read his ring. So you can see this ring was named after Havel the Rock, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. Havel's men wore the ring to express faith in their leader and to carry a heavier load. So you can get a little bit of backstory on, you know, the world. And that's what's so cool about this, is that the game doesn't force it down your throat. You know, you learn about the story at your own leisure. And it really it has no impact on you whatsoever. You can learn it if you want, and you can ignore it if you want. It's no big deal. So if the world is intriguing to you, then you get as much as you want out of it. And I find that to be pretty awesome, especially considering that this is like a modern day game where you have 1,000 cutscenes explaining all the different bits of story, and you know, sometimes you're just like, please, just get on with it. I just want to play the game. I'm sick of looking at cutscenes. This game basically throws you right into the action after one single cutscene in the very beginning, just to set up the universe in which you exist. And then after that, there's basically no cutscenes. Maybe for a boss battle when you first see a boss, but after that, there's no cutscenes. You are your own cutscene. you live Dark Souls. I mean, even this, like if you listen, there's no music. There's absolutely no music in this game. Well, at least when you're wandering around the fields and whatnot, there's no music at all. And it's so cool because you literally form your own story, even in terms of the music's concerned. Can I kick him off? Nope. That's right, the Black Knights are very stalwart, so it's kind of hard to knock them anywhere. But we can still stab them in the back. That sounds good. Let's do that. I don't want to fall off here. There we go. Perfect. Okay, sweet. So the reason why we killed this guy was to get a shield that's down here, and we shall get it. So yeah, this is actually, I mean, I think I already mentioned this, but this is one of my favorite games because it's just all gameplay. It's all gameplay. I love it. I love it for that. And let's use this. Actually, have I died? Did I die? I don't think I died yet. Does that mean my soul is still over here? I'm very curious. First of all, let's actually level up so I don't die immediately. I almost messed that up. Okay, let's up this to... let's go to 20, and then endurance, 2 more. Alright, so sweet. We're getting tons of health. And vitality and endurance will also boost your defense, which is great. And there's pretty much only one stat that is entirely worthless in this game, and it's called resistance. And I wouldn't say it's entirely worthless, but for what it gives you, it's basically nothing good at all. You get maybe a little bit more bleed resistance and poison resistance and whatnot, but overall, you just sort of get that stuff during the game, and there's no real point to getting it. So whatever you do, do not level resistance. By resistance, I mean res, I think it is. Okay, so it is literally called resistance, the one with the crossed arms there. It's pretty much entirely pointless. And you won't need it for anything, really. Okay, let's check to see. Is our... oh, yeah, okay, I guess maybe we did die and I totally forgot. That's okay. Do I want to go back there? Nah. I may go back there later, because there's actually a ring in there that will make you super strong when your health is very low. And eventually that will come in great handy, because once we have a ton of health, we'll be able to trigger it at much higher levels of my HP. So let me check the timer here. Okay, we got about 5 minutes or so left. That's good. Got about 5 minutes. So what am I going to do? So already what I've done is I've actually skipped a boss. And that is the Taurus Demon. We might go back for him later on once we are supercharged. But right now we don't even need to fight him because we broke the sequence. Or should we go fight him? Yeah, let's go find him. Why not? Why the hell not? Oh yeah, I got the Grass Crest Shield, and the Grass Crest Shield is actually gonna up my stamina regen as well. And with the Mask of the Child, that really creepy mask that I have right now, my stamina is gonna be regenning like crazy. And there's actually another, thing you can get called the Cloth. I think it's the Clothany Ring, something like that. And that actually boosts your stamina even more, so, or boosts your stamina regen even more, so you can basically have infinite stamina. As long as you rest for a second, you can get your stamina super quick. So as you notice, I'm running, and when I want stamina, it's back in a flash. And this will help you so much. I can't tell you how nice it is to have a whole lot of stamina and stamina regen. It'll save your ass in so many situations. So many situations. Because in this game, everything is related to your stamina. I mean, the way that you move, the way that you run, the way that you swing, the way that you block. Pretty much everything is related to stamina in this game. Is there a... I think there's a... Wait, I hear a gecko. Oh, there it is. Die, gecko. Ah! Yay. Yay, got a Titanite chunk, plus some twinkly Titanites. And if you're familiar with Demon Souls, those guys are actually straight from Demon Souls. It's the geckos that used to drop really, really rare items, and they spawn every single time that you kill a boss, I think, in Demon Souls. So they'll start off and they'll be spawned once. If you miss them, then you have to kill a boss to make them respawn again. But if you kill them, then same thing applies. Okay. And one bad thing about having a fire or lightning weapon is that you can't enchant it anymore. Oh, and I just put everything away. But so let me actually put this, and let's show you this. So gold pine resin. You can see that this actually puts a lightning enchant on your thing, but I can't use it. And he's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, so you can't actually use it when you have a enchanted weapon, which is fine because these are actually really strong by themselves, so they don't actually need an enchantment. And since it's a permanent enchantment, I mean, what's even the point? If you want a temporary enchantment, it makes no sense. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here. We're gonna surprise the fuck out of this guy. It's gonna be like, okay, so you want to battle with us? Well, that's not a good idea. Boom! You can see just how much damage this Fire Scythe does. It is unreal. I don't even have to try. I mean, it's so simple to kill guys with this thing. I think we'll get a couple thousand out of that. And a homeward bone, sweet. I guess we didn't get any souls, or did we? No? Oh, there we go. Okay, I guess it just takes a while for him to actually die. So we got 3,000 souls out of that, not bad. And we can go stop by Solaire. and talk to him really quick, and then we can continue our journey in the next episode. So let me talk to him. This is what people colloquial. I've never been able to say that word very well. Colloquial. This guy is more commonly known as Sunbro, as you may have seen, and partake in jolly cooperation, as they say.
We are amidst
and where is it? Where is it?
There's no telling.
Where is it?
Used to summon one and engage in jolly cooperation.
Engage in jolly cooperation. So basically, he's a guy that you can summon, or you'll see his summon sign around, and you'll be able to summon him to fights. And he can be very, very useful in some fights. Some fights are very, very difficult without him. We'll see one a little bit later, but I probably won't summon him for it. But I'll tell you the one that is very important to have him on in the next episode. So, all right, guys, see you later, and I guess we will talk very shortly. All right, see ya.